Hey guys, it's the Chad, your C10 truck nerd. Well, if you've been keeping up with the channel, most of you guys know that I said I wanted to pick up 5 C10s in 2025 because that just seemed like something really funny to say in one of the videos, but next thing you know, we picked up truck number 5 a few weeks ago and I've still got several months to go. Well, now this is going to go through and let me coast for the rest of the year and start actually working on some of my own trucks, but you know me, I've done it again. You know, the Enabler's on his way up here right now with his truck and trailer, and we're going to pick up truck number 6 for 2025. So I won't lie, guys, I have spun completely out of control, and this is really becoming a problem. I mean, a fun problem, but it's still a problem. If you don't believe me, just ask my wife. She's not the happiest with me right now. Alrighty, so let me try to explain how this all played out, because number one, it's not completely my fault, it's just mostly. Now, you guys all know that I'm a hoarder, and that's no big surprise. But the other day I was scrolling through Marketplace when I shouldn't have been, but I'm still under these 10-pound weight restrictions, and I just don't have anything better to do. Now, I found this gorgeous old Patina C10 a couple hours from here, and I was like, man, I'd really like to have this one. But I just let it go because I was not about to go through and ask my cousin Garrett to bring home another truck after truck number 5 a few weeks ago because, you know, he called me stupid. Now, that didn't hurt my feelings at all. It was just brutally honest, and he was right. So, yep, whatever. They come and go. Well, a few hours later, my buddy Jeff messaged me, and he goes, oh, man, did you see this old truck? And I was like, yeah, I don't have any room for this one. And then my buddy Nick messaged me, and then my buddy Jason. And by the end of the day, even my cousin Garrett, you know, the Enabler, messaged me and he goes, man, this has Chad's name written all over it. And I'm like, yeah, I know, dude, it's too much. He goes, no, I'm serious, you should buy it. And I was like, what? I'm like, if he's telling me to do it, that's like my green light. So I'm messaging the guy going, you know, answer a couple of these questions and would you take this much money for it? And unfortunately, or fortunately, he agreed, and now I'm gonna be the proud owner of another C10. But this is going to be a pretty fun day. We've got a couple little helpers going to snag up this truck with us, and I don't know, believe it or not, I'm probably bringing home an old 67 to 72 Patina truck that doesn't run. That's weird. All right, well, we're back in the truck with the Enabler, going to pick up the 6th truck for 2025 because this guy right here makes a bunch for green light. Let's buy another one.
Well, this one's way better than the last one, so maybe we can send the last one down the road and keep this one.
Yeah, no, we have to do that. And we've got a couple of the kiddos with us today. We got Skylar and Kiddo here, so they're gonna help us load these up or watch us and stay on their tablets probably. But we're heading to Manhattan, Kansas, where he went to college, so be on his stomping grounds here. But I'm ready to get this one. It's going to be pretty cool. I think you guys will like this maybe more than the last one. All right, we made it to Manhattan. We're here at Flint Hill Square Bodies with BJ. Thanks for letting us come up here. Well, actually, I guess you should thank us for coming up here and buying this.
Yeah, thanks for coming up. All right. Yep, the beautiful Manhattan, Kansas.
Yeah, so we're here to pick up this 1968 Chevy C10 long bed, and believe it or not, it's green, and it's a Patina truck, and it doesn't run. But this is, I hear it's a special edition for all the ones that we buy, because this one actually has an engine and a transmission. So there is some hope that maybe we'll get this thing fired up. But tell me a little bit about it, how long you had it, or what do you know?
So this is, I'd been kind of looking for one. Obviously we buy, sell, we restore them.
We don't do so many 67 to 72s, but my buddy Silas down in Hutchinson, Adventures Made from Scratch, he's got a YouTube. So
Big YouTube channel.
Big YouTube channel, so shout out to him. But anytime he gets something like this in, he'll give me a shout out and see if I want it or not. And this one just caught my eye. Obviously it did not look like this. It was stuck in the weeds and everything, and we made it roll and everything. But the motor turns over. It is a 6-cylinder. And I really like the green. My wife likes this color, and I was thought maybe I'd build it, but I just got, as everybody knows, you know, you got more trucks than time, I guess you'd say. So I put it on the old interwebs, and Chad hit me up right away. And
yeah, dang it, you know. So my plan was to not get it, because our goal was to buy 5 C10s in 2025, and we did that a couple weeks ago.
Right.
So when you popped up on this one, I saw it and I was like, nope, I'm done. I don't need it. And old Garrett, the cousin here, he's the one that's finally said, hey, you should get this one here. And I've had 4 other people tell me the same thing. But once he green lighted me, then that's when I messaged you there too. How many trucks do you think you go through buy and sell a year?
I haven't bought any for a while, just because we have some shows coming up next month, and I had to really cut back on buying stuff, because it does take, I mean, you guys know, it takes all day to go somewhere, and usually they're 2-3 hours away, and that doesn't sound like much, but then it's 2-3 hours back, and then it's, you know, a couple hours to load it, so you've got a day there, you know.
Yeah.
So at one time I was buying 10 to 15 a month.
Oh my God.
So
see, I don't have a problem then. I don't feel bad at all. So.
But also it helps, you know, a guy like Silas, you know, you show up with a trailer and cash, and he knows you're the go-to guy. And then I've got a place up north that I was pulling a lot out of. So very rarely do I look at Marketplace unless I'm actually just looking for something. So it's nice to have those connections. And then also I bet I get 3 to 4 a week sending me some, hey, this is for sale, or especially this, you know, now with a lot of people wanting to sell stuff. But
yeah, that network's pretty awesome, and then it can be a curse at the same time.
It does.
So.
I mean, this whole thing started as a hobby, and now it's a full-blown business. And so you know, you're consistent with something, and people you get a good name, and people start reaching out. And
I guess I forgot to disclose too. Why don't you tell us about your business?
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so we're called Flint Hills Square Bodies because we are in the northern part of the Flint Hills, and eventually we would like to move a little bit farther south. And I just kind of stuck with it. The Flint Hills is beautiful, and I needed something to kind of tie into where we live and everything like that. So it started as a hobby. I worked for a dealership for half my life, and I'd always like to find them, fix them up, sell them. And then I started going to swap meets, and then I started actually going to swap meets, and then you started being in the swap meets. And anybody who's ever done that knows that's a lot of work. And so we kind of cut back on our swap meet. I was going to all of them actually, and then so we only do about 2 or 3 a year, Wichita obviously, and stuff. But now I've got, I mean, every truck here, you know, you can't see behind the camera, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 6 trucks here, and none of them are mine. That's ones that we're doing for people.
That's awesome, Will.
So I would like to build one, hence the question that Chad first asked. But when you've got others trucks that you're doing, then you know.
It's hard. I'm sure with customer trucks, it's kind of hard when you work on them all day then to want to work on your own. It is.
So I think maybe we'll buy one that's, you know, almost done, and then you know, we'll put our flair on it and enjoy it. But we've had some really nice ones ourselves, and when somebody offers you a lot more than you ever had in it, you know, it is hard to, you know, you got kids and house and wife, and it's the cash always quiets the noise down a little bit.
a little bit there. So how can folks find you on
So we're on Instagram, Flint Hills Square Bodies LLC, and then we are on Facebook. It's called Flint Hills American Classics on Facebook. And then we did just start on TikTok by my wife and my boy pushing me to do that. They said I could get, you know, more followers there, and so we did start doing that. And then we do have a YouTube that it's not as sophisticated as Chad here, because I don't do the whole, but I do walk around some, and I educate people. Like I watched yours the other day, and the many years that you differentiations, and there are, you know, they all kind of look the same square body wise, but there are several years that are different, and a lot of people don't know that. And it's just, you know, you learn something new every day. I learn something new every day, And so we are Kansas Square Bodies on YouTube. So
outstanding. Well,
yep.
we appreciate. I appreciate it. I'm going to give my wife your phone number and let her deal with you later. So other than that, it's a pretty cool truck.
It is a cool truck. Yep.
I'm glad to add it to my green collection this year. So we'll give you guys a quick walk around. But thanks a bunch, BJ. Appreciate it.
No problem.
And I'm sure we'll be back now, which is. I'm gonna lose your phone number.
I do have some parts you need to look through before you leave. So.
Oh my gosh.
And they're green.
Believe it or not. Alrighty, so it's a 1968 Chevy C10 long bed. Again, it's just got beautiful patina. Kind of a base model. It's a inline 6 250. It does have a 4-speed on the floor, but I think it was probably a 3 on the tree originally. But one real cool option this one had was this factory painted striping on the top. Not very often do I find them like that, but painted bumpers. It just looks super cool. Couple whiskey dents here and there, but this was an old work truck. BJ said this thing was just completely packed full of junk, and there's still remnants of a forest back there. But it's just a really cool truck. I'll get you guys kind of a full walk around when I get it back out in the field. But it's got the medium green poly interior. It's got rust typical spots, but doesn't have any up in the eyebrow, which I'm happy about. But man, just super cool. Worn out yet? We just went through and named all 50 states alphabetically, so that was kind of some fun trivia to do when you go pick up C10. So not only is it fun to go get trucks, it's educational. This is not how you spend your money wisely, kids. Don't learn from Garrett and I. Keep doing it though, Busy. It's really fun. You're doing a fantastic job. Thanks for not letting me do it. Hey, I tried picking these ramps up earlier and you yelled at me, so. Man, isn't these nice? I just keep buying these trucks and they don't end up at your house, so. It's getting better. Man. It's a bunch.
The hard part is feeding this chain back through. There we go.
Yeah, I got it in gear. Man, this thing's cherry.
It's in gear? Yeah, I got it. Okay. You have brakes?
No. No, that back line was
Oh, that's right.
deleted somehow. Well, I'm going.
Come on, come on. Ready?
Do it. Worst can happen is I fall off. That couldn't have been any more perfect. Hey Biz, did Dad have a problem with all these trucks, you think? What do you think of this one? Well, the newest one today. That's like Forrest's brother, so now you have a twin. Which truck do you like better, Forrest or this one? Forrest. Good answer. So it's pretty cool. Alrighty, so now we got her unloaded. This is my 1968 Chevy C10 long bed. It's dark green, code 505, with an off-white top. Goes really nice with the off-white front bumper and grille. But man, I love the patina on this dark green. You know I'm a green guy no matter what, but this is pretty spectacular. Now it's got a few whiskey dents, don't get me wrong. This truck was a work truck. So the bed's got a couple doinks, it's got a dent in the door there. Luckily BJ went through and cleared out the bed for me. He showed me pictures and that thing was packed to the brim with junk. Same with the interior. He cleared most of everything out of here for us too, but I just look at this patina right here and I think, man, how many years and how much arm sweat did it take to basically rub all that paint off? But interior's medium green poly, which was cool back in 67, 68. But check out the gun rack and the sweet dual dome lights up there. Got another one right here on the sun visor. I don't know, this guy didn't like being alone, so he had all these lights, but pretty cool interior. A little bit of rust down here. It needs probably outer floors, inner rockers, and stuff like that. Cab corners are kind of non-existent too. Tailgate's rough, but again, this was a work truck. I've seen worse by far, but just a lot of character if you ask me. Passenger side looks really good too. I gotta get this factory striping back on once we clean the paint up. But the rallies look good. One thing I didn't know with this interior is check the column out. So it looks like it was a 3 on the tree, but it's got a 4-speed down here. So I don't know if it was an original 4-speed because it kind of throws me like it was because it's the high hump. But why would they put the 3 on the tree column in here? I don't know. Maybe they were running low that day, but the SPID, not a highly optioned truck, but you know, it's the paint stripe right there, which was cool. I'd never owned a truck with it. You know, heavy duty clutch, rear springs. It's dark green, off-white, and your 7-pod cluster. But again, it's gonna need outer floors, inner rockers over here too. He did throw in the sweet beauty rings for it, but can't wait to clean this thing up. It's gonna be pretty dang cool. Under the hood, see if I can get it open one-handed here. Nope. Oh, that sounded terrible. But it is the factory 250. Somebody's converted it over to HEI already. Garrett pulled the dipstick and didn't smell like gas, so I don't think it's really been very long since this thing was run. It spins free, but give us a few months, we'll get this thing back on the road. And one thing that was cool with this one, it's got power steering for an inline 6. I haven't seen that. I mean, I know they did it, but I just haven't seen one with it without power brakes. But no rust up on that firewall. I mean, it's a pretty cool candidate to make a cool old patina truck just like I like. So I think we did good. Well, that's gonna do it for truck number 6 out here at the C10 truck farm. And I won't lie, Garrett probably made a pretty good decision of saying I should get this one because this thing looks...
I like this truck.
This thing's pretty sweet. So I think we're gonna finally go the direction of potentially going for a revival on this one, but got a couple other projects in line first we need to get taken care of, but it won't be too long and I think we'll have this thing back out on the road. Any final last words from you?
You're an idiot.
Yeah, well, thanks, since you started this whole thing.
I did not. I just enabled.
Yeah, why I call him the enabler. Well, if you guys haven't, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow along because we've got a field of dreams out here, or nightmares, that we'll get to one day. Well, we appreciate your time and thanks for watching.